Hello, welcome to Sculpt with Sid. Today we're going to do a no planks Pilates class. I know a lot of my clients have wrist issues or just don't really like planks, and I get it. I want you to enjoy my classes. So today, absolutely no planks. We are still going to work the full body and we will use some props. So if you have them, light weights, booty band, that's it. Let's get started. No props for warm up. Just take a big breath in, reach your arms up. Find your left wrist with your right hand on an exhale side bend to the right. You can look up under your arm. Inhale back through center, switch sides, find your other wrist. Inhale back through center. One more time each side, but we'll do it a bit differently. So bend, pause, and then circle your body down through a forward fold, bend your knees a lot, come up the other way, and then switch. Find your right wrist up and over to the left. When you can't go any further, roll down, come on back up. Good, release your wrist, drop your arms. Come to the very top of your mat. If you're on a yoga mat, you're gonna find your balance on your left foot. March your right knee to about hip height. Brace through your core. Balance for a second, and then take a big step back. Right foot finds a lunge behind you. Arms are gonna come overhead. Keep going like that. March your right knee up, and then big step back, find your lunge. Every day we step on our mats are different, and there are lots of days where your balance is not with you. If that's today, no problem. Don't do the march, just step forward and in. You can tap the toes, keep them on the floor. Same thing with your shoulders. Neck is a really tricky place. We sit hunched over our phones, our computers all day. We sleep really weirdly, so the neck is full of tension. So anytime I tell you to reach your arms overhead today, that doesn't feel good for your neck, don't worry about it. Keep your arms at shoulder height. Few more like this, nice and slow, just kind of getting in tune with where your body's at today. The next time you stand tall, pause. You're gonna step the foot right beside your left, a little wider than your hips. Find a sumo squat, hands come to heart. You're gonna keep moving the same side. Right knee marches, step back lunge, right knee marches, step out sumo squat, hands to heart. I'm moving pretty slow, but if you are in the mood to move a little faster today, you can pick your own pace. It's early in the year, and maybe we're getting used to a new routine. I, for one, am. I'm trying to teach a little bit less, spend more time being a student, taking other people's classes, continuing to learn. Also kind of saving my energy for things like this that I love. This week was a little bit more than I did all December. I'm a little tired, I'm a little sore. So I'm gonna take things slow today. One more. Find your lunge and hold. Just pause, take a breath. Let's straighten the back leg, find a little back bend, stretch the hip flexor, the heart up. Good, just switch sides. Stand tall, right foot plants, lift your left knee, find your balance. Again, just stay nice and still to start. Yeah, this feels on this side. Super slow, step the left foot back, arms come high, find your lunge. Move forward and back as you need on this side. Again, toes can drag, you can march, arms can change. Because we are not doing any planks today, I want you to pay attention to your core the whole class. It's a lot easier than it sounds because you should be paying attention to your breath the whole class. And every time you exhale, it's like you're holding a crunch. Squeeze your core in. They'll help you stay stabilized, especially if you're having one of those balance is not my friend days. Using your exhale to brace through your core will help. I'm already feeling a little more balanced. That's what your warm-up is for. Kind of like your baseline for your workout, but then slowly but surely, your muscles start to activate. You get more in tune with your breath. Everything gets a little warmer, a little more energized. You can slowly start to build on. Okay, the next time you march, hold. And then find your sumo squat. Feet can come a little wider, hips nice and low, hands to heart. Same side, left knee marches. Step back lunge. If you've done a bunch of my classes, I'm sure you've done this sequence before. One of my favorite ways to warm up the legs and the core. Good little balance flow. Notice if your right foot is starting to get a little grippy. We've been on it for a while. See if you can find the most pressure between your heel and the floor. You're pushing it down to activate the glutes. But we always tend to favor one side. A lot of us, it's the pinky toe side. So can you push more into your big toe? Get tension out of the arch of the foot. The next time you step back, we hold. Just find your lunge, hold. Okay, feet are pretty much gonna stay where they are. Oh wait, let's do your back bend. Straighten your back leg, lift up. Good, now feet stay where they are. Just pivot to face the wide edge of your mat. Bend back into your right leg. Send your bum back. Left hand down, right hand high. Rotate your spine. And then switch. Right hand down, left leg bends, left hand to the ceiling, rotate. Beautiful, come back through center. You're gonna turn your toes out and then roll yourself up. We're gonna find a nice wide lunge here. Bend back into your right knee, but this time thighs press back. Left arm up and over. Switch sides, big windmill arms, little side bend. A little faster. You're gonna come right and left. Good. Starting to move a little bit faster. But if you were really connected to that slow flow we just did, you can stay to the 2 count in the music. Good, and then same thing with your shoulders. A push across in front of the chest. This is a nice different way to do this. Yeah, good, just keep moving big. Feeling the body warm up. You got 8 here. You focus on rotating out through the hips. Knee bends over pinky toe. Not big toe. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause to the right. We're gonna step the left foot beside the right, so you're in a little chair at the top of your mat. Send your bum back, arms beside ears, and just hold. This is your last hold of warm up. I love doing a plank hold at the end of warm up, but instead we're gonna do a chair hold. So see where you can take it. Connects to everything that we just warmed up. Heels push down, bum sinks back, seat is squeezing, core is in, shoulders down. You're energizing through those fingertips. Maybe you peel the heels up. We hold for 4, get low, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, drop your heels, stand tall. Take an inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Give your head a little shake in your fold, maybe roll out your shoulders. You're gonna come all the way to your mat. So sit your bum down, find your weights. We'll do some seated core work. So sit up nice and tall. You're gonna have 1 weight in each hand. I got 3 pounds. Probably good for this, maybe 5 or 8 if you're feeling spicy today. And then you're just gonna bring your elbows out in front of you. Before we do anything, plant through your feet. You're on the bony parts of your bum. Squeeze the ribs in, and then shoulders down your back. We're gonna lean back just slightly so you're still on the bony parts of your bum. Try not to roll your tailbone under just yet. We're just gonna open and close the arms. Shoulders are gonna burn. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. All right, keep going like that. Lots of ways to do this. You can ditch the weights, move with your body weight. If your weights feel super light, extend your arms straight. Open and close there. If that seated position feels a little awkward in your body, come onto shins or cross your legs and do this whole arm sequence there. Okay, lots of options. Pick the one that feels the best in your body today, and then maybe you'll do this video again in a month and something else will feel better. So just listen to your body today. We're gonna add on, you're gonna open wide, elbows squeeze into your sides, find your lats. Lift back up, squeeze in front of you. This gives your shoulders a tasty moment of release. Enjoy it, but keep your core on the whole time. This little lean back will light up the front side body. If the fronts of your hips are doing the most of the work, adjust the legs. Maybe you extend them straight. If you've got like a couch you could put your feet under, that might be a good idea. Maybe don't lean back as much, but also cross your legs. Keep going like that. Try to take up space with your arms. They're opening wide. The beauty of Pilates is that it's not only physically challenging, it's mentally challenging. We're in sequences for way longer than other types of exercising. It really pushes you to stay focused, stay present in your mind by staying connected to your breath, noticing those little peaks and valleys of needing to take a break and of feeling a little bit stronger. You have 2 more full sets, and then we'll take a break. No hold, just finish off this set with your arms squeezing out in front of you, and then lift on up, cobbler's pose, knees can fall wide, drop your head, take a little moment. Roll yourself on up, ditch your weights. We're gonna switch to use the band. It's gonna come onto your feet. So flex your toes towards your face, feet about hip width, bring it right around the middle of your feet. Upper body's gonna come into a kickstand. So like you're tanning on the beach, elbows underneath your shoulders, but chest is nice and bright, core is super strong. You're gonna lift your knees to a tabletop position so they're over top of your hips. We're just gonna bicycle the legs. All right, so push the right foot forward, left knee pulls in towards your chest, and then switch. You can keep your gaze on your feet the whole time here. So it's almost like your upper body's holding a crunch, but you're a little bit higher than if you were in an actual crunch. If you have one of those mini Pilates balls, a good option here is to bring it underneath your back. Then you can bring your hands to your head if you need some support for your neck. And we are eventually coming down all the way onto our back. So if this bothers your shoulders or your neck, just lie on down. The same thing with the legs. As you move side to side here, try to keep everything else nice and still. So just your legs are moving. Good, and there's work in a few directions here. So as your knee pulls in, lower abs are on the right side. As my left leg reaches long, lower abs are on the left side to hold the weight of my straight leg. So there's a lot of work happening to keep your chest lifted, upper abs are on. Lots of fire building in the belly. You only have 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. You're gonna bring your legs back to tabletop. I want you to wiggle the band until it's on your ankles. Try to keep your upper body where it is. All right, you're gonna extend your heels to the ceiling and you're gonna push out and out. So for me, I'm already feeling it here. Maybe you can lower down a little bit. Maybe this is where you need to bring your head down. But just little pulses out. Lower abs will stay on. You can feel a little bit of work coming to the side body. Keep a tiny bend in your knees. Super small, out and out. Woo, keep going. Notice if your low back wants to arch here. Can you tuck your tail under? Like you're trying to pull your belly button towards your spine, low back towards the mat. Almost there, just 4, 3, 2, 1, relax everything down. Amazing work. Okay, get your feet out of your band and then plant your feet. Give your knees a little windshield wipe. Release any tension from your hip flexors. And then we're gonna extend our legs nice and long so you're completely flat on the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together, toes point, so there's lots of energy in the legs. Hands are gonna come behind head. You're just gonna crunch here. So on an inhale, I want you to prepare. Exhale, wrap your ribs in, smush your low back down, find your ab curl. It's gonna be really small because the legs are like this. And then inhale, come back down. If your hip flexors got grippy in those first 2 exercises, this is your moment to kind of let them extend. So really try to keep the legs super straight, really energized. But if you're like, I just don't have any range of motion with my legs straight, you can definitely bend your feet in. Ab curl normally. But if your legs are straight, focus on that inner thigh squeeze. Keep your breath. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. 2 more. You can stay right here, or we're gonna lift the legs straight. So inhale where you are. Exhale, right leg lifts. Ab curl up. Inhale, lower. Everything lowers. Switch sides. Try to keep this really slow, especially because you're moving the leg so much. You don't want to swing it. You want to control the weight of your leg up and the weight of your leg down. Lots of options here. Again, if your feet are planted, you can extend the leg straight to the ceiling from bent and then bend it back in. If you don't like a straight leg, it bothers the back of your leg or your hip, keep your leg bent, do a march. Good. And your hands behind your head are actually holding the weight of your head. So try not to lead with the neck muscles. Try to relax your head into your hands. We're getting close. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lie flat on your back. All right, legs are gonna widen. So separate the legs, heels are on the floor if you're on a yoga mat. So nice and wide. Arms are gonna reach overhead. So you're making a big X shape with your body. On an inhale, you're gonna lift the right knee up. You can bend it this time. Left hand comes towards right knee or on the outside. You're twisting. Come back into your X and switch. Good. So I want you to take up lots of space here. Get your props out of the way, get your furniture out of the way, so that you're really lengthening every time you come out of this crunch. But what I don't want you to do is that when you lengthen, you soften. So our belly gets soft, ribs open. You're staying contained the whole time. Like your dog is running around and it's about to run onto your belly. You would brace for impact. You would try to protect yourself. Try to keep that feeling when you're in your X. Ooh, that fire should be building. Make sure your breath is still here. Inhale, X. Exhale, twist. We're not in this one for as long. If this is bothering your hips, same variation. You can definitely plant the feet, start from here. If the back of your neck or front of your neck starts to feel grippy, hands behind the head, but try to keep the feet wide. Elbows nice and wide, and pace really slow if you're doing the bent option. Feeling a little bit of work come into your obliques. Not only as you twist, but see, as I'm twisting towards my right leg, my left hip might want to come up off the mat. Can you keep that hip grounded? That way you're working both sides of the obliques. But I love this one. Last 4. Stay connected to your breath until the very end. That's what the countdown is for. It's not so you're like, oh, I can relax now. We're almost done. You can work a little harder at the end of here. Is this 2? You thought I meant 4 altogether. I meant 4 on each side. The last one each side. The last one to the left. And relax. Take this big X shape. Inhale, lengthen everything. Exhale, hug your knees in. And massage your back into the floor. When you're ready, we're gonna rock up and meet the forward fold. Hands will come behind your thighs. Do a few rock and rolls. If it feels good, you can do a bunch. And then get enough momentum to lift your bum on up, find a fold. Take a moment here, you can shake out your neck. We're gonna find our weights, they should be nearby. You're gonna roll up with them. We'll do some combo work. Okay, so stay at the top of your mat. Left foot's gonna plant, right foot's gonna step back, coming into your lunge. Nice and similar to what we did in warm up. Both knees bend, but we'll lean forward this time. So hands are gonna come on either side of your shin in the front. You're gonna do a reverse fly. Both arms open to the side, and then squeeze back in. Nice and slow. Think 2 counts in the music. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Okay, so this back leg can be straight if that feels best. The back foot can be in halfway, or it can come in all the way. Whatever gives you enough stability in the core to make sure that this isn't happening. No cat-cow in the spine, no uncomfortable feelings in your low back. Pretend this is your standing plank. Core is really strong here. Just 2 more. Move really slow, especially if you've got light weights. Last one. Arms are gonna do the same thing, but upper body's gonna come upright. As they fly, stack your shoulders over your hips. As they lower, you can straighten the back leg, lean forward. Okay, 2 counts. Lift up. And squeeze. Lift. And squeeze. You'll transfer some weight into your back foot. If that bothers your back knee, I want you to come into a chair and then lift. Yes, keep that energy up. Awesome, 2 more. Last one. And then come into your lunge. Hold. All right, we're gonna find a march. Right knee marches in front of you, hands come out in front of you, and then step back into your lunge. You only have 4 here. This is 3, 2. Last one, find your lunge and hold. And pulse the legs. Ah, breathe. Dig into your front heel. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Tell yourself you can do this, and you can. You have 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand tall, take a little breather. Whew, good work, shake out your arms. Okay, we're gonna keep working the left side. So left leg stays down, arms are gonna change. We just start by lifting the right heel. Super tall, arms are gonna hammer curl. Give your shoulders, your back a little break for a second. And if you do have heavier weights, you can switch them out for your hammer curls, might feel a bit better. If you've got light weights, just make sure you're not swinging too much, you're in control. Once you feel good here, find your march with your right knee. Good, lots of balance work. Lots of standing core. You have 4, 3, and then we're gonna add on a string through into warrior 2, or warrior 3 and 2, and 1. Keep your arms straight. Send your right leg back. Arms can stay by your hips. You're finding a little bit of a tricep work, and then hammer curl your way in. Now this is a harder balance challenge, so see how it feels. And if it's not feeling too good, listen to your body. You don't have to do it. If you want, you can march. If you want to test your balance and add on a bit more movement, you can also tap the right toes down, hinge back if you want that tricep addition, but you don't feel like balancing fully in a warrior 3 today. Again, that looks like this. Okay, so find the option that works. We're not here forever. Notice all the stabilizing work that's happening to keep you here. Make sure your breath is helping, especially if you're feeling wobbly. A calm, steady breath can help kind of reduce those wobbles. Last 2. Last 1. Good, shake it out. Shake out the foot especially. We're gonna stay on this left foot for 1 more exercise. But if you're facing the short edge of your mat, I want you to come to the right side of your mat so that your left foot is kind of near the edge. Hands are gonna come to heart. You can kind of cross your weights or just hold them together. Left foot's gonna step back into a curtsy lunge. So it crosses behind your left shoulder. You rotate in the spine, so you're finding an oblique twist. Hands come towards left hip. Woo, keep your balance. And then you're gonna unwind the twist. Stand tall, overhead press. All right, hands to heart, curtsy lunge, twist. As you stand tall, overhead press. Keep going like that. I'll show you what it looks like from the front. So a lot of people want to do a big crossover in their curtsy lunge. You are just crossing your right foot behind your opposite shoulder. Whew, my balance today. All right, so once it's there, you look like this. You're twisting towards that left side, unwinding, and then standing tall. All right, lots of marches today. So if you want to add on that march, you definitely can. Maybe balance is something you are working on. This will be a good class to do a few times and see how you're progressing. The curtsy lunge bothers your back knee, which mine is starting to do. Lean forward a little more, so there's more weight in your front foot. You can still do a little rotation. Almost there. 2 more full sets. Notice how your left foot's feeling. We've been on it for a little while. That is on purpose. You glue the heel down. Find energy in the foot. The next time you come into your curtsy, hold. we're gonna pulse. So maybe you lean forward like me. You don't have to twist here. Just keep shoulders square, pulse up and down, dig into that front heel, side of the left bum, on fire. If it's not, bend a little more, pulse a little smaller. Good, just 1 inch up and down. You have 8. 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. Oh, shake out that left leg. Done for a little while. We're gonna do the same legs on the right side, but arms will change a little bit. So just pay attention and get set up at the top of your mat. Take your breath. Starting in your lunge, left foot steps back, find your lunge. And we'll lean forward. You can keep the back leg bent or straighten it. We're gonna do reverse fly again, but this time palms face forward. So pinkies kind of squeeze together. Inhale, exhale, open wide. Still moving super slow. And just that little switch in your hand placement will change where you're feeling this in your back. I love this option. It feels like less tension in my neck for me. So again, palms face forward. If it feels better, you can bend the elbows a lot and then row back. Especially if you're still feeling this in your neck a lot. Listen to your body, change what you need. Again, that back foot can come in halfway, can come in all the way. Whatever option you're taking, maybe you do 1 fly, 1 row. Try to keep moving like you're moving through sand. Really, really, really slow. So good. This is not easy. Keep your breath up, your energy up. The core contained in. Good. You've got this. 2 more. And then we'll add on that upright lift in the chest. Okay, pause for a second, shake it out. All right, next time your arms lift, you're gonna lift your chest up. So it's on top of your hip, your back knee. Palms are facing forward now, and then squeeze in. Okay, so that's one option. Palms stay facing out in front of you. Your other option is to keep your palms facing the ceiling. So arms open wide, palms flip to face the ceiling, and then come back in front of you. I like this option better, but do what feels best in your body. So it looks like this from the front. Woo. You saw what just happened there. I had more weight in my front toes than my front heel, and it totally threw off my balance. So dig into your front heel more than your toes. You'll feel more work in the back side of your right leg. Woo. And just overall, you'll have more control. Do more. Last one. All right, come into your lunge, hold. Just 4 times. Stand tall, find your march, squeeze your pinkies in. Lunge back. Good, 2. The last one. Come back to your lunge. Little pulses, just 8. 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. Awesome, shake it out. Again, we're gonna stay on the right leg for 2 more exercises. Same thing, you're gonna curl, but instead of hammer curls, this time we're bicep curling, so palms just flip to face forward. Find your bicep curls whenever you're ready. Transfer your weight over to your right foot, left heel is gonna lift. Bicep curl to start. Switching out your weights to heavier ones if you've got them. Biceps are nice and strong. This is your chance for your shoulders to kind of rest, back to rest. Good, the core is not resting. Keep it nice and contained, especially because we're gonna add on that balance challenge. 2 more. Decide if you wanna stay here or curl, find your march. Extend the arms back, find your warrior 3. Everything's parallel to the floor. So like you're teeter-tottering over your right hip. Your chest doesn't dip before your leg lifts and vice versa. Try not to do like, I don't know, it looks like a robot. Try to keep everything really long from crown of head to back toes. Hands land in that same line. And then same thing as side 1. If you don't want to lift your leg back, if balance isn't with you today, you can hinge forward and up like you're doing a deadlift kind of with your hands back. Keep looking down at my right toes. You really need a pedicure. My Only ever think about it when I'm teaching, looking at my feet. Then I go home and put socks on. Forgot all about taking care of my little feet. 2 more. Last one, no holds, no nothing, just finish strong. Awesome work, shake it out. Okay, step over to the left edge of your mat, right foot stays on the mat though. Hands to heart, we'll find that curtsy lunge, twist to overhead press. The left foot crosses behind right shoulder, rotate to the right, unwind, stand tall, overhead press. All right, so you could probably keep your heavier weights that you were bicep curling with for this one. And adjust as you need in your curtsy lunge. Again, you can lean forward if that helps keep tension out of your back leg. If twisting doesn't feel good, don't twist, just lunge. If overhead press doesn't feel good, reach forward instead. So many ways to keep moving in a way that feels good in your body. And that's really part of your journey on your mat, whatever type of movement you're doing, is actually learning what feels good in your body. I feel like lots of people are saying that these days, but it's hard to tell. Because working really, really hard, sometimes it doesn't feel like great in the moment. You're like, holy shit, this is so hard. But the rewarding feeling of building strength, getting stronger, pushing through things that you didn't think you could do before, that feels really good. So feeling good doesn't mean it's like easy breezy, you could do this all day. Get used to what feeling good in your body means, then try to apply that to all your workouts, whether it's Pilates with me, if you're doing a HIIT class, if you're in a spin class. The best way for me to kind of stay in touch with what feels good is breath. You can only breathe this moment's breath, so there's really no chance to get distracted. You're just thinking exhale, inhale. Almost there, and then we'll pulse. The next time you come down into your lunge, your curtsy squat, sorry, little pulses. I like to lean forward when you pulse here. You can put more weight in your front foot. Stay down. Good, almost there. This is your last burn up, right? Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. All right, we're coming back down to your mats. Have a sip of water, and I'll meet you down there. On your way down to your mat, find your band. We'll actually meet on our stomachs. So come all the way down. You can start in all fours. Sit onto your heels. You're gonna put the band on your forearms, then come all the way to your stomach. If coming to your stomach doesn't sound like a good idea for your body, I'll give you a different option in a second. If you're coming all the way down, literally just lie down, feet about shoulder width, and then reach your arms forward, forehead comes to your mat. We're gonna take a breath here. I want you to try to push your forearms out in the band without really lifting your arms yet. Take a breath there, feel your shoulders wake up. Awesome, and then just lift your arms. Try to keep your face down. Keep going like that, lift the arms, and lower. Little lift, and lower, okay? If too much for your shoulder mobility, I would ditch the band. Have your arms wider and try to lift and lower there. If you do not like being on your stomach, you're gonna do one arm at a time in all fours. All right, if you want some resistance, you can grab a weight if you're on all fours. If you're on your belly, keep moving. Coming back. Okay, 2 more with your forehead down, and then we'll add upper body. Okay, now lift your arms, pause, and then lift your head, chest, shoulders. Head comes down first, and then arms. Trying to keep that shoulder mobility work going. The hands lift first, and then come down last. Okay, keep going. I'm just gonna show you a common thing that I see a lot. So on the way up, people like to push their belly down to try to get their chest higher. Do the opposite. Try to lift your belly away from the floor so you're bracing your core in. So you're not relying on like this push out feeling of your belly to lift you up. You're relying on the back body. Okay, so notice if that's happening, think ribs hug around spine, belly button almost lifts away from the floor. Then you maybe don't lift as high, but that's okay. This isn't about height. 2 more. The last one. Okay, we're gonna hold. Lift everything up. Get long in your neck. You can lift the feet too if you want. Little pulses out in the arms on the band for 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a moment, relax. That wasn't easy. Okay, you're gonna roll onto your side. So you can kind of just stay on your mat. You're gonna roll onto your side. I'm coming onto my right side. You're gonna put the band around your legs. We'll do some clams. Okay, and across it's chill. We're gonna stay on your mat the whole time. Okay, so you can lie your head all the way down onto your arms. Band is just above the knees. Feet float above the floor. You're just gonna open and close. Very simple clams. Good, so I'm sure you've done this before, but check in with your alignment. So everything's in one long line. Shoulders, hips, heels. Notice if your heels are behind you. This makes it really awkward and kind of crunchy for your low back. This way, if your feet are in line with your hips, your low back can stay nice and long. And then for a lot of us, our hip mobility is not that big. Okay, so unless you grew up doing ballet or something, your hips are probably pretty closed. So a lot of people really want to fly this knee up to the ceiling. When that happens, you tend to roll off your bottom hip. You're not really using the side of the bum that much anymore. It's kind of just throwing everything off. So smaller is better here. You can always bring your hand to your top hip and try to keep it still. Yeah, good. Just a few of my favorite little tips. And then last thing here, the belly might have totally softened because we're kind of just chilling on our sides. If you're on your right side like me, can you think right ribs are lifting up away from the floor? This is like your version of a side plank in our plank list class today, okay? So try to find right obliques, hug them up and in. Just by doing that right now, I feel this so much. I'm literally shaking now. Ooh. If you feel a little too wobbly, you can come down. If the band is too tight, band can come off. All right, that's all my options. That's all my talking. Keep moving slow. Two more nice and big. And then we pulse. You can pulse in your clam, little tiny lifts. That feels awkward for me and my hips, so I like to pulse with a straight leg. But do whatever feels best for you. Good. Again, pretend you're in a side plank. Right ribs lift up. You have 8. Good. Last 4. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, let it go. Release. Maybe give yourself a little hit. Everyone loves doing this. Okay, you're gonna kind of keep rolling. So roll onto your backs, just like you're still on your mat. You can windshield wipe your knees if you need some release. All right, we're gonna do a hollow back hold. If that doesn't sound like something that feels good in your body, I'll give you an option in a second. If you're gonna hollow back, you can kind of keep the band where it is. Knees start at tabletop, hands to the ceiling. This is your option to kind of stay right here if you're not ready for a full hollow back. If you want to extend the legs, pause here, awesome. If you want to extend the arms, amazing. If you want to lift the head up, even better. Find a place that feels good for you. We're just gonna hold. All right, so push your belly button down, sink low back into the mat, squeeze inner thighs together, like you're finding this center line in your body, and everything is squeezing in. If it helps, you can push your palms together, squeeze those together too. Hold here for 4, maybe things can lower. 3, 2, inhale on 1, exhale, release. Awesome, you can just roll onto your left side if you don't need to face me, but if you want to face me, you might have to kind of rock and roll up like I just did and come all the way onto your left side, keeping that chill energy with you. So lie down nice and flat, take a little check-in, shoulder, hip, heels, all in one nice straight line. You can float your feet up to start and then find your clams. Good. Notice where you start, because this is where you have the most energy. This is where you've set up in that proper alignment. So just take a quick little scan, because things will slowly start to shift. We do little like weird things to make things feel easier. Try to keep checking in. Find your alignment, even though it feels hard. That's what you signed up for. You want it to work. You press play on this workout. I want you to make the most of this time that you've carved out to do something for your body, okay? If you're taking breaks, if you're checking your phone, if you're not really doing the full workout, it's only yourself that you're cheating, and I don't understand why you would do that. This is so fun. That burn, it feels so good. I promise you'll get to a point where you're like enjoying it. If it feels like torture so far, that's okay. Some days we don't have the energy, we don't have the focus. That's okay. Be nice to yourself and just show up next time. Maybe you'll feel a little better. Now is a good time to check back in. Things might have shifted a bit. I started pushing my belly forward. See if you can find that imaginary side plank, left ribs lift away from the floor. If that means you want to anchor your heels down, go for it. Feels a little better for me. And then sometimes there's some tension up in the neck. You can relax it. I like right hand to my hip. Is your breath still helping you here, especially when we're lying down? It's really easy to kind of lose that momentum, that energy. Use your exhale. Big energy to lift the leg. Inhale to fill back up for next round. Exhale, lift. Good, keep going like that. We're so close. You have 2 more big, and then we pulse. Last 2. You're doing so good. Last one. Okay, find your pulses. You can either open up into your clam little pulse here, or you can extend wherever you are. Just breathe. Send energy to the right side. See your glute med. It is working so hard for you, and it's one of those muscles that when it's tired, you feel it. So just be nice to yourself. Breathe. Know that this is almost over. We have one last core exercise, and then today's class is done. You have 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, roll into your back one more time. Nice and quick. You're gonna take this band off, give your legs a little release, whatever you need. And then we're gonna finish in some hundreds. Okay, so find your ab curl, knees at tabletop. Stay right here. If you can leave your head, it doesn't need the support of your hands. Arms come down beside your body. If your legs can find that extension like your hollow back, hold there. I'm gonna keep my knees at tabletop. All we're gonna do is flap the hands. I've been loving these lately. They don't look like much, but the longer you're in them, the bigger the burn feels. And it's a great way to end a class. Keep peeling your shoulder blades up off the mat and keep your gaze kind of up at the ceiling so we're not tucking the chin too much. Chest nice and bright. Hands super, super small and fast like you're fanning your thighs. Good, keep your breath going for 10. So close. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. Amazing work. Give yourself a little wiggle here, whatever feels good. We'll do a quick release. Arms come out to a cactus shape. Both knees fall to the right, gaze to the left. Get a nice twist. Take a big breath here, side out. Good. Let's switch sides. I want you to treat these last few minutes of class, these stretching, slower moments, with equal, if not more importance than those hard, burning, challenging moments. This is when your body gets to reap all the benefits of all that work you just did. I promise you will feel so much better in the long run if you do focus on warm-ups, cool-downs, and mobility. Bring yourself back through center. If you like happy baby, you can reach for the outsides of your feet or ankles. If you want, you can bring your legs to a cobbler's pose, so soles of the feet together, knees wide. Whatever feels nice to kind of massage your back into the mat. You can roll side to side, maybe get a little inner thigh stretch. Awesome, one breath. All right, let's rock and roll. You're gonna meet in a little forward fold, so come all the way up into a fold. Drop your head when you get there, give it a little shake. Find opposite elbows, continue to shake it out. Take a breath in. Release your elbows, exhale, roll yourself up. Head comes up last. Give yourself a little wiggle at the top. And we'll take one last breath together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands touch, pull through heart center. Take a moment to say thank you to yourself for showing up and for doing something so good for your body. I hope you enjoyed this No Planks Pilates class. Please let me know in the comments what you thought and subscribe, and I will see you next time.